Hello, Capricorns. How are you guys doing today? welcome to my channel. These are the first Capricorn. These are all the first zodiac reads that I'm doing for the very first time. I'm starting a YouTube channel. Yes, go girl, go girl. Anyway, I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share it. I hope it vibes with you. I hope you resonate with something in the channel and come back see me. If not, nothing resonate, nothing makes sense to you. I talk very fast, so excuse me, okay? I hate it myself. And then when I talk really slow, I think I'm talking so country bugging. I'm a country bugging, you know. I play with country words, but I feel like I really am country if I talk pretty slow. Um, Usually if I talk slow, I pronounce my words a little bit more, you know, better than what I would if I'm talking very extremely fast like I do. So sometimes I'm fumbling the ball, and sometimes I've got it together. But anyway, let's get on with this. I hope you guys resonate with this. If you do, come back and come and join. I see sinners, so often say come and join my home, but at the same time, not my home, my channel, okay? I'm gonna get it together in just a minute, okay? Give me a minute. I'm working on it. I'm tired of deleting and posting, deleting and posting, deleting and posting, because I'm getting tired. We do 12 readings, 21 minutes. I feel like you do it for 21 hours. Okay? Like a very long time. Okay? So bear with me, Capricorns. I was like the Virgos. I was kind of all over the place. Okay, so I always talk about your past into your present, and it'll be about love and probably money issues or problems, or just talk about money. So it all depends on what comes through. So it's going to seem like I'm all over the place. So bear with me, okay? I'm trying to get together. That's why I say it's best to share the content so that other people can come and I can go live, and then I do free readings, and then I can make longer videos. Then I can explain more details about things. Also, I will try to start a Patreon channel as well, so that I can be a little bit more raw over there versus over here. This YouTube channel, and you really can't sell this stuff over here. So I have to be able to go to a place so I can actually speak like I want to speak without having to jump over and say, "Can I say what? Can I say boo?" Oh, that might not case bad. Okay, even though it's for 18 and above, but things are both. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start your reading, Capricorn, before I get on to my and I want to land talking. That be doing in everybody video. Okay. In the past, Capricorn, I feel like some of you guys may have met your soulmate, somebody who you felt that was equally yoked to you, somebody who you felt like, oh, this is like the best energy in the world for me. I love this person. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I feel like you want to start with someone else, or you might have had a fling with somebody else, and in the past, and I feel like the other person don't know that you did that. So I don't think they're aware that maybe you had a quickie, because you really actually love that person you with, but you just, something inside your spirit says, I gotta do wrong. But it's something in your spirit says, I gotta confess, but I don't want to break up this connection that I have. But some of you Capricorns, I feel like you're in this energy where, regardless if you're doing wrong, you still want the person who's the main person who you bet to stick around, regardless if you're doing right or wrong. I think you want them to just go along with your lies if you're telling them, and just say, hey, I believe what you're saying. It's the truth. And then I say it gives you a leg up to keep doing certain things that you're doing behind their back. But I also said be mindful of that, because there are rules to abide by, and there's rules to live by. But I think sometimes we get so happy to be able to tell a lie and get away with it, and so we get comfortable with that. And then things around us we don't know what's happening, and then all of a sudden we fall down sick, and then we realize that, oh my gosh, I didn't know this is happening to my body. Oh, you go to the bathroom, pee, and we're like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? Because you get too happy with sleeping with everybody, and then you think that it's a joke, or it's cool because somebody's allowing you to go into their body, allowing you to, to share with them, and then it's like you don't realize that the wrong person you slept with, because you either was high or you was kind of tipsy or drunk or something, and then you didn't realize that this person here is they was kind of unclean, and because you feel like my gosh, it's amazing. I think it's a part in the Bible where it tells the angels tell. I think it's I forgot who was the. But anyway, he told him to eat a piece of the Bible, to eat this book, and it would be bitter to his stomach. It'd be sweet to his tongue, but it'd be bitter to his stomach. So that's what I feel like in life is that people have something that's sweet to them, but in reality it comes out to be bitter. So be careful of things that seem so sweet and so fun and so entertaining to do, but then at the same time, later on, you'll discover that too much alcohol affect your liver. Too much smoking affect your lungs. Too much of this affect your organs. So have to be careful of assuming. Let me give you an example of this Capricorn female. She had a baby from a family member of mine, and the baby had brain tumors over and over again. So before she had the baby, she was drinking hardcore liquor. Every time you see her, she had a bottle turned up. I remember asking one of my family members, I said, "Oh, she's not pregnant. She must have just lost a baby or something." So the person was like, "Oh, why would you say that? They didn't lose a baby. They're still pregnant." And I'm like, "Did you not see them with a bottle looking in their hand?" They're like, "Girl, you know how many girls walk around on drugs, doing drinking substance and stuff, and they have had these kids and stuff, and nothing's wrong with their kids." And I was like, "Oh, but that's like straight up drinking." She had the bottle like turned over like it didn't have nothing to it. I said, "Well, that's straight up gin and juice. I mean, that's no juice with it, but that's straight gin. Is that okay for the baby?" And I remember thinking like, "Girl, don't be talking like that." And I'm like, "How am I wrong for saying what I'm saying?" But yet still, you don't see no wrong in what she's doing. And that's what it seems like everybody in this world is going through, a process where the wrong is to not to be judged, but the right that you're telling them is not to be heard. So it didn't make any sense to me that the wrong was justified, and that you didn't want to save yourself when you wanted somebody to save you when you needed to be saved. So what happens was she had the baby. When she had the baby, okay, I'm drinking some water. When she had the baby had brain tumors, and the doctors couldn't understand. They took one out, and they took another one out, and then they kept taking another one, another one, another one. And every time you turn around, when they think they have surgery to remove one, another one kept forming. And he said, "It's something inside this baby that keep making the baby form brain tumors after brain tumors after brain tumors." So my family member said she kept praying that the baby didn't live, and she got the baby didn't live. And I was like, "Why would you say that?" But that was weird on one side, and also was weird the fact that she was also drinking so bad. And I think the baby liver, I think it was saying something was wrong with the baby liver. The baby couldn't detox or something at the liver, and I think the baby had yellow jaundice or something. But whatever it was, they thought the baby liver was causing the baby to have brain cancer, brain tumors, because they couldn't understand what was wrong with the baby liver. But the mama was just completely drunk the whole time with the baby. And a part of me is thinking to myself, like, see, if she had been stopped and told that she was doing wrong to this baby, then she wouldn't be losing her mind. She pretty much lost her mind. When I say lost her mind for some years, she looked like she was the baby girl of the family, and she was the prettiest one. And she wasn't, I would say the prettiest one, but, she was that kind of pretty. And the problem with that was that how do you lose your mind after knowing that drugs hurt your baby, and you went to school? You were younger, you about 17, 18, so you were fresh out of school. So you hear this stuff in school, how drugs destroy your body, but you so busy playing and goofing off and thinking that it was a joke. So why would you drink and get high like that? Walking with almost a half a gallon of liquor, raw liquor, but then you turn around and almost want to lose your life, and then when somebody else is trying to tell her that she's wrong, they don't want you to correct her. Man, hi baby, I'll be alright. Hi baby, survive. And see, this is what I mean by when you have to be careful if God is speaking through to somebody to tell you the right thing to do, and you sit back and say, "Oh, it's okay," and you think you of God, and you think you speak it right because you saying you judging her, and God says don't judge her. So you see how people will throw words around what God said and trying to make it seem like you are wrong for judging her, and that God don't like when you judge and stuff like that. And it's like, what? Like, how are you supposed to be saved? Like, she could have been saved from that. She could have, you know. And so it's a situation like that that people don't want to listen to something that somebody is telling them, and they feel like I'm the poor victim. Everybody coming at me. Everybody is making me seem like I'm at fault for something. But when someone try to tell you to yield back, stop, don't do it. It's a whole like I can do what I want to do. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ha ha ha. You just mad because I can do this and you can't. You just mad because I got this. I got education. You don't have this. I got a degree. I got this job and you don't have nothing. So you just hating on me. That's why you're talking. No. Everybody's trying to hurt you. Somebody's trying to warn you. If just because you have a good job, a good place to stay at, don't mean you have to sleep around with everybody. Then you find the hard way like, oh, dang. I thought I had money and I was just... Money's not your God. Money's not a spirit. Money is just something that you have with your hands that you can touch. Money can't heal you. You go to the doctors all day with $1 billion and you know what they're going to say? Well, it didn't work out. There's nothing we can do for it. So Capricorns, you have this energy of everything I just got through saying about looking for other opportunities, looking for a better way, and feeling like you being mistreated or feeling like everything is on your back and feeling like you can't get it together. I feel like in the past you guys come into a windfall of money and I feel like you just took it and didn't do the right thing with it. Some of you feel like, yeah, I did the right thing with some of the money, but I feel like you went out there trying to buy little Mr. Things at the club, you know what I'm saying? And you try to pay for that and it just, you got drunk, you got nonchalant, and then you realize that I've been shampooed. Okay, so some of you Capricorns have given up on a job. Feel like I'm not going to be overworking myself and doing all the work on the job while nobody else is doing what I'm doing. Some of you Capricorns are waiting for better opportunities, or you was waiting for better opportunities, but then when you realize that you've been mistreated or you've being overworked and not given a break, you was like, okay, I'm not going to be the table legs. I'm not going to keep holding them afloat, and they keep treating me like I'm just not worth nothing to them. So I feel like some of the Capricorns had jobs, they didn't pay you enough money for the work, for all the hard work that you put in. Some of you Capricorns are probably leaving a home or going and enlisting someplace. Some Capricorns, you are feeling really heartbroken about somebody, but you want to tell this person about how bad you feel, how bad they hurt you, how bad they hurt your feelings. And some of you Capricorns, you'll meet new people. And some of you Capricorns probably work at a hospital. You probably got your boyfriend or husband work there with you beside each other, right beside each other at a hospital. Some of you Capricorns are probably doing food channels. Some of you Capricorns probably working in a nurse, not a nursing home, but you could work in a nursing home too, but you could work in a place where you help children get their ability to walk again type of job. Some of you Capricorns are just having a big disagreement with their friends and stuff. Some of you Capricorns are coming home to your family. Some of your families are wondering when you're coming. Some of your Capricorns are leaving your family and departing from your family. Some of you Capricorns living in a town where it's crowded, a lot of people there. Some of you Capricorns are working inside bars or crowded bars. Some of you guys are working at the post office, or some of you guys have to deliver a lot of, how you do your own personal business where you do like your makeup, your nails, stuff like that. So those kind of personal business, you may feel like you have to send up a lot of orders and stuff like that. So some of you Capricorns probably work in a pet place where you're the pet doctor, like you going inside the place and either you the clerk or you either a doctor or do assistance inside of a pet shop. Some of you Capricorns could be a new supporter, or you could be talking to a new supporter. Some of you Capricorns are going on a trip or leaving to go on a trip. Some of you Capricorns could be a manager at a grocery store or working at a grocery store. Uh, but some of you Capricorns, I feel like you will leave with this relationship. Some of you Capricorns, you're with somebody who actually helps you make the money, and you guys are both down for whatever you guys are doing, how to make money. Some of you Capricorns are glad your dreams are coming true. Some of you Capricorns probably feel like you needed some money out of nowhere, and oh my gosh, you prayed for this money, and here it is. I think I already said that one time before, right? So I think it was some of you guys were like, oh my god, I've been struggling. I ain't know where the next $2 will come from. Oh Lord, thank you for this money. So I feel like some of you guys are in that kind of energy. I don't mean to mark you because we all live in this world, but some days we have this big pearl, you know. But understand that God says He shall provide if you believe it. Um, some of you Capricorns are living in an RV, or you go on an RV for vacation, which means that you go to an RV park and you have a setup there. So some of you guys live there, or some of you guys are going there on vacation. Like I said, some of you guys could be having an older partner that you sleep with, probably next door neighbor, or you probably have an older partner that you're sleeping with for money to help you sell floats. Some of you Capricorns are fighting over money. You figuring like someone jigsaw you out of money. Some of you Capricorns are still thinking about your parents, or in the past you had a hit. You might have lost a parent when you was young or something, so you're feeling some kind of way. Still, it seems like it's still kind of lingering on you, but it could be just something that, because Mother Day has passed this month, so I guess that was kind of making you feel kind of like still heavy, and people probably talking to you, probably like a little zombie or something like that. So you might be still feeling kind of hit. Some of you Capricorns may walk in and see your mates. Instead of them working, it could be sleeping with people that works for you. Some of you Capricorns could be I ain't gonna say that. I can't say that here. So that's it. So that's all I get from you Capricorns for your readings. I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, comment, subscribe. Some of you Capricorns, I see you don't want to go back to your childhood life. You feel like you grew up poor and you feel like there's a struggle. So some of you guys do not want to live like that. Some of you Capricorns could be taking a trip into the woods, but you may take your spray with you, because if you're not, you could be surrounded by a bunch of bugs, of course. You don't want to come back home with bed bugs or be eaten up. Some of you Capricorns are going to be surrounded by things that's in the past. Whatever happened, you're going to feel like I'm going through the cycle all over again. Like, dang, I just went through this again. So be mindful of something that's a pattern. Say, for instance, like, I would say a pattern is, tough out of the end this, but I just seen the other card, and I want to talk on that before I end this. Say, for instance, you go through this cycle and you see, like, you go to a job and you get fired. Then you turn around, you go home, and somebody's sleeping in your bed. You turn around and you go find out that somebody that you grew up with, you went to school with, they got shot or hurt. I don't know if I can say shots, but somebody got X. So it's like a cycle that happened, like deja vu. So it's like you're going through this memory lane again. You're like, what? Man, not again. Damn, when is this going to stop? So that's just a cycle of life, That's why you have to stay prayed up, cover yourself, because it always come around. So that's it, Capricorns. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, so that I can go live. And like I said, hopefully we try to do Patreon, so I can get a little bit raw and not be too scared of certain words I would say. Okay? So, see you later.